Good evening to you all, and welcome to Eastview High School's alternate graduation facility. And thank you for rolling with the punches as we worked hard to accommodate everyone's needs this evening and getting everyone's seats in our two facility settings. At the decision point this afternoon, that proverbial point of no return, we were talking with meteorologists, and they were telling us that the atmospheric conditions were sufficiently unstable that they weren't really sure what was going to happen tonight. Anything could happen at any time of day, any time of night, kind of like it has the last 2 days. And armed with that amount of uncertainty, we made the tough decision to come indoors. That obviously is not our first choice, but considering the circumstances, I'm confident that we'll all work together tonight to make it our best choice. And thank you very much for that. Although I must admit that I am a little disappointed that we had to cancel our mega fireworks display, our flyover by the Blue Angels, and our paratrooper who was going to drop on stage here with our first diploma. With all that being said, though, on behalf of the Eastview High School class of 1999, a warm welcome to those of you who have joined us in the audience tonight to be here to recognize the achievements of our graduates. A very special evening, and what a great beginning, wasn't that? What a great looking group of graduates. We're really proud of you guys. As I greeted a number of people coming in this evening, I saw the faces of some parents who have served as a part of our parent advisory groups, who played such an important role in the planning and opening of Eastview High School. Then this group of parents proceeded to recruit many other parents to get involved in a variety of other partnerships with the school, and many more and different partnerships have been forged by these parents over the past 2 years. And I must say that the parents of the class of 1999 have been one of the most involved and supportive groups of parents with whom I have ever had the pleasure of working. And I'm glad that I got you all together here in one setting so I could say that to you all one more time. You are really a special group. Literally the past 3.5 years, and it has been that long, folks, well before the doors of the school opened, we were working together. I not only want to warmly thank you, but I want to again greet you and tell you how much I appreciate the care, the time, and the effort that you have invested upon these young people. Your efforts have created richer experiences for your sons and daughters, and they have laid a very important foundation for the students who will follow here at Eastview High School. Your efforts have made Eastview High School a better place, and I thank you for that. Thank you very much, parents. You will notice that we have another special group of people in attendance this evening, and that is a world-class group of talented and caring staff members, a nice addition to our ceremony. And these folks, and I know you know that because many of you have talked to me about that, they have worked tirelessly these past 3 years. They've been at it well before the doors of Eastview High School open to make this place work like it does, and it does work, and to help these students grow like they do, and they have grown. I am really excited, and I told the faculty that this morning in our faculty meeting as we prepared for that. I'm really excited that you guys can be a part of this ceremony tonight so that you can receive the recognition that you so richly deserve, and even more importantly, work with us to celebrate the achievements of our graduates. A special hand for our faculty. As we move forward with our ceremony plans for this evening, I would like to introduce to you the people behind me on stage who have joined us to recognize our graduates and share in the proceedings this evening. With us, we have 3 members of our Board of Education. Would you please welcome Mr. Kevin Sampers, our chairperson of the board. Ms. Judy Lindsay, director. And Mr. Gene Van Overbeck, another director with the board. Representing district administration is Mr. Dan Kaler, our director of secondary education. And our faculty member chosen by the graduates to deliver the faculty message, Mr. David Nord. Finally, it's my pleasure to introduce to you one of our graduates who was selected through competition to share the graduate message tonight. She is the daughter of Gwen and Tom Ryan. Would you please share a warm welcome with our senior speaker, Ms. Kelly Ryan.
Ladies and gentlemen, administration, Board of Education, faculty, students, parents and family, and the class of 1999, welcome to Eastview High School's very first graduation. To my fellow graduates, ahead of each of us lies an uncertain future, and what we choose to do with it is completely up to us. This concept is both frightening and exciting. Thinking of my unknown future, I'm reminded of a story I once heard, and I would like to take a few minutes to share it with you now. There once was a young girl named Kathy who loved to paint and draw with crayons. Every day in preschool, she would marvel at the masterpieces she would create and think of what a gifted artist she had become. But soon, this confident young preschooler graduated into the first grade, and everything changed. One day, all of the students in Kathy's class were asked to color a picture, and so of course, she became rather excited and quickly began to work on her newest masterpiece. Upon completion of her picture, she raised her hand to show her teacher, but instead of receiving the reassuring words that she had expected to hear, she heard this instead. "Kathleen, that paper is awful. You used too many colors, and you couldn't even stay inside the lines." Needless to say, she was crushed. After that day, Kathy stopped drawing pictures. She simply retreated inside herself and completely withdrew herself from art, which had used to be her favorite pastime. Now, I'm sure we all remember our childhood years, schools filled with miniature furniture, tote trays, nap time, recess, and of course, the many arts and crafts projects that we would take home with us each day. Paper mache, drawings, finger paintings, and so much more. Why is it that no matter how ugly or poorly made our projects were, we always thought they were beautiful? And so did everyone else. No one cared if our paints mixed together to make that ugly brown color, or if our little fists scribbled too far outside the lines. Anything we made was a work of art. Life was so simple. And now we're all grown up. The furniture is life-size, there is definitely no nap time, and our arts and crafts projects are exchanged for math problems and science worksheets. Our priorities have changed. We stopped calling our neighbors to say, "Can you play?" Instead, we were going out on dates, now that the opposite sex no longer had cooties, of course. When we were young, a tragedy was a lost Barbie doll or a scraped knee. Unfortunately, life is harder now. Of course, none of us can forget losing our classmate and friend, Kari Osland, last year. It wasn't until then that most of us realized what a tragedy truly is and what heartache really feels like. But through it all, we learned individual lessons about love, compassion, and life. We all grew up just a little, and I'm sure that Kari is very proud of us as she looks out on this crowd today. But perhaps the biggest change that occurs as we grew up is the fact that we began to criticize ourselves. We stopped looking at our art projects as our latest masterpieces and ourselves as gifted artists, but instead we only saw mistakes and thought of ourselves as failures. Unlike kindergarten, it was not okay to color outside the lines anymore. There are many reasons for this. We wanted to fit in, or be popular, or get good grades. But maybe we just needed to be safe. It was safe to stay inside the lines. Now remember Kathy? I should probably tell you the ending to her story. Unfortunately, Kathy ignored her art and continued to be unhappy until one day her mother had a visitor to the house. This visitor turned out to be an elderly, delightful old woman, and Kathy spent much of the afternoon visiting with her. A few days after their friendly visit, a note came in the mail. Inside it was a letter from the sweet old woman talking about how wonderful Kathy's family is. She mentioned each child and predicted what careers she thought they would have when they grew up. Amazingly, even though art and creativity had not ever been discussed, the woman predicted that Kathy would become an artist. That afternoon, everything changed. Kathy changed. She dug out her old box of crayons and began to draw. And once she started, she couldn't stop. She spent every free moment of time drawing for the next few weeks. And Kathy soon realized that she was quite good. As you may have already guessed, Kathy Lamancusa grew to be a very successful artist. She now travels the world and teaches thousands of people how to be more creative and how to use color in their business and lives. She's written 30 books and had hundreds of articles printed. She couldn't be more happy. Her first grade teacher couldn't have been more wrong. I'm sure we've all had experiences similar to Kathy's. We've had people tell us it can't be done, and people who have stood in the way of our dreams. At the same time, there have been friends, family, teachers, and role models who have helped us to reach our full potential and allowed us to find worth and purpose in our lives. And for these wonderful people, we should be extremely thankful. So thank you, parents, for being such wonderful role models and helping us through some really tough times and always believing in us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves. And thank you, teachers and coaches, for teaching us life lessons that cannot be found in any textbook. These lessons could only come straight from your heart, and they will remain in ours forever. Thank you, Dr. Dewey and administration, for creating such an exceptional school and giving all of your students the opportunity to succeed. You have helped each of us to be able to leave today in confidence, prepared to succeed, and knowing that we are capable of making a difference. But perhaps the people that we most need to thank are also the people that it is the hardest to say goodbye to, our friends. When we think back on high school in 20 years, it won't be the homework or the classes that we will most remember, but our relationships. So thank you, friends, for your kindness and love during the good times, and for your support and forgiveness during the not-so-good times. Thank you all. You have helped us to become the people we are today. And look at us now. The day that has always seemed so far away is finally here. We're all dressed up in caps and gowns, and we have our whole lives in front of us. I'm a firm believer that you can be anything that you want to be. It just takes some hard work and dedication. One of my favorite quotes is, "Don't be afraid to reach for the stars. That's why God put them out there so far." If you have a dream, reach for it and catch it and make it a reality. For the first time in our lives, we are really free. Free to be on our own, away from our parents, free to make our own decisions, and maybe not most importantly, but definitely free from hallway passes. I guess what I mean is, don't let anyone stand in your way. Become the person you want to be, and not what others want you to be. It's kind of like we've each been given a blank coloring book, and what we do with the pages is up to us. It may take some of us longer to fill them up, and different people may leave certain areas blank, but one thing is for sure. It is totally up to us what the finished product turns out like. And knowing the talent and the character of the people at this school, I'm sure it will be a masterpiece. I would like to leave you with a poem, Reaching Beyond by Susie Sutton. Do you reach beyond to touch the sky, or lag behind, afraid to try? Do you reach beyond to learn anew, or hesitate, the same old you? Do you reach beyond to test your limit, or do you tell yourself, I am timid? Do you reach beyond to lead the pack, or do you waste time looking back? Do you reach beyond and strive to find better ways to stretch your mind? Do you reach beyond and to care and share and help some others do and dare? Do you reach beyond, expect the best, or have you given up the quest? Do you reach beyond to claim your space, here and now, this time, this place? Do you reach beyond and try to soar, or, sadly, play it safe once more? If I had written this poem, I would have added 2 more lines that go something like this. Will you reach beyond to the star that shines, or will you color inside the lines?
It has really been a pleasure to work with Kelly these past 2 years. She has had some really solid success in the classroom, and many of you know she has extraordinary talents in the arts. And we've had a chance to see just a little bit of that as we listen to her remarks this evening. Thank you, Kelly, for an excellent presentation and some very, very meaningful thoughts. We appreciate you being a part of this ceremony. Next, we would like to share with you 2 vocal selections. Judy Sagan, Mark Ertl, and the Eastview High School Concert Choir.
Thank you. everything's going wrong. Even on the mountain, your loving presence makes me strong. Each and every moment, and each and every day, I'm gonna sing and shout, don't let the rocks cry out. I give you all the praise. We're singing thanks.
I give you thanks for all you've done. I am so blessed.
I'm so
My
blessed.
soul is at rest.
Oh,
Lord, I give you thanks. I give you
To our directors and the members of our concert choir, thank you very much for being a part of our ceremony this evening. I hope that each of you had a chance to listen carefully to the words that they shared with us. Very, very appropriate. Thank you. Also wanted to identify our two soloists, Annie Pickens and Ian Christensen. Let's give them one more round of applause. Our next speaker this evening again was selected by the class of 1999 to deliver our faculty message. Would you please welcome Mr. David Nord.
Dr. Dewey, Mr. Kaler, Mr. Sampers, Miss Lindsay, Mr. Van Overbeck, grandparents, relatives, family, and friends, to all my students who I taught in Asian Studies, to 5 very special varsity softball players, to my academic teammates Michelle and Todd, to my esteemed colleagues, and to the class of 1999, it is an honor and a privilege tonight to represent the faculty of Eastview High School at this first historic high school graduation. I remember 27 years ago when I was 18 years old, getting ready for one of the biggest days of my entire life. And of course, many seniors know what I am talking about, your high school graduation open house. Of all the great ideas throughout history, open house has to rank as one of the greatest. Grandparents, relatives, neighbors, friends, and perfect strangers arrive from near and far to celebrate your academic accomplishment. And even more important, they bring gifts, preferably money. I decided to go over to my best friend's house to see what he was doing for his open house. His mom answered the door and told me that Greg was in his room working on some secret project. When I entered his room, I could see dozens of pictures scattered on his floor. Each photograph was of him and one or both of his parents. I asked him what he was doing. He told me he was making a giant collage, that he was going to get it framed, and that he was going to give it to his parents at graduation. My reply was simple. You idiot! You're not supposed to give gifts. You're supposed to get gifts. It's your special day. You're the one graduating. Greg, my best friend, looked up at me with more wisdom than I had at the time and said, without them, I wouldn't be graduating. 27 years later, I look at my high school diploma and now realize how many names should be on that document with mine. I gave no gifts when I graduated. My question to you, the class of 1999, what gift will you give? At the Nord House, we had one rule that was etched in concrete. You had to eat supper with at least one parent each night. Supper normally lasted about 25 minutes. During those 25 minutes, my parents would drill me about everything that happened at school that day. And if they didn't get a proper answer, I didn't leave the table. One Friday, my senior year, I called home and told my mom that we had just won a big game against Richfield, and my baseball friends wanted to go out for pizza and a movie to celebrate. I would be home late. My mom said that was fine. When I finally arrived home, it was just past midnight. As I walked in through the kitchen door, I saw my dad sitting at the table with 2 plates. He looked at me and said, "Good, now we can eat supper." And for the next hour, we talked about the game, school, and whatever. 3 hours later, my dad went to work. If there was a sacrifice to be made, my parents always made them, and for a great deal of my life, I took them for granted. Class of 1999, take a moment to look up in the bleachers. You know where they are. Their eyes have been riveted on you the whole evening. They point, they wave, they blow kisses, and get a little crazy trying to get your attention to make sure you know that they are here. Tonight is a very difficult time for senior parents. For most, it is not time for this to be over. Since you woke up this morning, they have been taking pictures and videotaping you. Now they sit up in the stands with their eyes on you. Tonight they celebrate your graduation with hugs and laughter, but within their hearts there's also a heavy pain and sadness. It is not time for this to be over. For once that diploma is in your hands, things will never quite be the same. For once that diploma is in your hands, things will never quite be the same. You know this, and they know this, and it hurts. These are the ones that have walked the same path with you since you were born. Now, as you discover your own path, they will still be there, but it will never quite be the same. It will never quite be the same. As they smile and shed tears for you tonight, ask yourself, what gift do they deserve? During my junior year, I met Mr. Normoyle, who taught American history. He was a short, thin man who always wore black pants, a white shirt, and a skinny tie. And he had thick black glasses, the typical nerdy teacher. The first day of class, he met every student at his door, shook their hands or patted them on the back, welcoming each student to his class. When everyone was in the room, he ran to his blackboard, picked up his chalk, and then he would start in one corner and work his way across the board. He would put up words, phrases, and quotes, and then stop and tell a wonderful story. At the end of the hour, he'd reach the other corner of the board, and then he'd run to the door. As you left, you always got a pat on the back. See you tomorrow. It didn't matter if you were an A student or just barely getting by, the response was always the same. He always made you feel like you were important. If you went to a varsity game, a play, a band concert, he was always there. And if he saw you, he'd always make an effort to wave. The person who had started out as a nerdy teacher now was a role model in my life. I knew when I was a junior that I wanted to be a teacher just like Mr. Normoyle. I have been teaching for 21 years, and all the wonderful friends and memories I have as an educator are because of him. My only regret is that I never took the opportunity to tell him I gave no gift to him. I'm sure there's been a teacher, a coach, or an advisor that has been an important part of your life. They have challenged you, guided you, made you dream greater dreams, and inspired you. From preschool to high school, these people have devoted their lives to you. And for the past 2 days, there has been a real emptiness within the halls of Eastview. A special class is left, and there's real sadness. Tonight, there are many teachers here because they want to say a final goodbye. You have been a big part of their lives and have touched their hearts. Class of 1999, what gift will you give to them? 2 weeks before school started this fall, I ran into a young lady who I taught in 9th grade and who now was a senior. She told me that she was very excited but nervous because she had one last shot to make the varsity team. She had played all summer and she said she was ready. The first week of school, I saw her in the hall and asked her how her tryout had gone. The sadness in her eyes and voice was evident as she told me that she hadn't made the varsity, and because she was a senior, she had been cut. I tried to reassure her that the competition at a big school is immense and that just trying was important. But I knew she was deeply disappointed. The next night I went to the varsity game and sat up high in the stands. Then I saw her come into the stadium. She had several pieces of tagboard under her arms. As the game began, she held the tagboard up. Each contained the names of her friends on the team. For the whole game, she cheered and yelled encouragement to the players who had taken her spot. This was truly a friend. Even though I'm sure it hurt inside, it was more important for her to be there supporting her friends. Graduates, close your eyes and you can see their faces. You can hear their laughter. When the phone rings, you always know who it is. They are the ones who you sit with at games at lunchtime or who you look for after school. They are the ones who have been with you through the best and worst of times. In the final hour of the all-night party, they are the ones you must be with. Hands will be held tightly. Pictures will be taken. Laughter will be mixed with tears. In the final minutes, there will be long emotional hugs. You won't ever want to let go. These are your best friends. Fly, fly, do not fear. Don't waste a breath. Don't shed a tear. Your heart is pure. Your soul is free. Be on your way. Don't wait for me. Above the universe you will climb, on beyond the hands of time. The moon will rise, the sun will set, but I won't forget. 1,451 Eastview students listened to these words in silence as pictures of Kari Oslin appeared on every classroom television. Kari was tragically killed in an automobile accident. In the days after this tragedy, the outpouring of grief and affection broke everyone's heart. The small memorial on Johnny Cake Road will live in the hearts of many graduates forever. Carrie was a true treasure. She knew the importance of friendships and being a loving, caring friend. Time can take away friends in a blink of an eye. Class of 1999, what gift will you give to your best friends? Parents, teachers, and friends, the question of the night still remains. What gift should you give? 14 years ago, I sat in a hospital room watching my father die of lung cancer. It was getting late, and I think my mom knew that my dad would not see another day. She always knew that I did not want to see my best friend in the world die. She came over to me and told me to get home and tuck Christine into bed and give her a big hug from Grandpa. As I was getting up to leave, my father opened his eyes and motioned to me to come over to his bed. He took off his oxygen mask and held my hand. This man who once weighed 200 pounds and who was now barely 100 whispered in my ear as I cried, "David, I am proud of you. You continue to make me proud." 4 years ago, through the effort of a dedicated community and countless hours by Dr. Dewey, this building and grounds were built. Colors were chosen, a name was selected, and the words to the school song were created. But the building and grounds did not become Eastview High School until a group of sophomores made a very difficult decision. They had to leave schools and friends that had become a part of their life. Courageously, they entered a lifeless building, and in 2 years have created a legacy that will live forever. From the first day, you, the class of 1999, created the foundation and traditions that will last as long as this building stands. You are the first to give this building a character and personality that makes it unique amongst the other high schools in the state. There are so many memories that will stand forever. The first Pep Fest, the bat in the gym, the laser show, and singing the school song for the first time. The first varsity home games, first newspaper, and the introduction of the Flash. Our first king and queen, and our first storm-ridden prom. A brand new stadium and an outstanding dedication. 2 Bravos that still remain so amazing. Spring yearbooks, debate and speech tournaments, a region basketball game against Rochester Century where you stood and yelled for an hour in overtime. Dedicated teachers, talented choirs and bands, computers working night and day, plays, cheerleaders, a state champion dance line, an A honor roll filled with students, a Tambo fastball, a Wagner jump shot, a Mike Lee trombone solo, and the Stewart brothers performing on stage. Exquisite art exhibits, paradise skimming through the water, a Jeltsin goal or a Bundy run, a Stender homer, a Vogel sprint, 4s on AP exams, college recommendations, little children dressed in Eastview colors, friendships, diplomas, graduation, and first and sometimes final goodbyes. This is just a small part of what you have given this community in just 2 short years. Tonight, parents, teachers, and friends are so very, very proud of all that you've accomplished at Eastview High School. We celebrate this historic first graduation and ask for one single gift. Please continue to make us proud. Amelia Bear once said, "Time is a very precious gift, so precious that it is only given to us moment by moment." Graduates, take a moment tonight to pat yourselves on the back for a job well done. You so richly deserve it. To the class of 1999, Eastview High School's first graduates, I thank you for this honor and wish you the very best. You have warmly touched my heart. You are all so very special, and I will never forget you. Thank you.
Whoa. David gave me a gift 3 years ago when he said, yes, I want to come to Eastview High School. It was a very special gift. He's a gift to a lot of people. If you are an underclassman here at Eastview, sign up for Asian Studies, learn how to play softball. They don't get any better than David Nord. David, your father is very proud of you. Well, as you can tell by the program, it's time to move on, isn't it? Let me share a few thoughts with you, a few logistical things as we get ready here. A few comments about our graduates. I want to just remind our parents that we would ask that you not approach the stage during the handing out of diplomas. We will have some professional photographers out here in just a few moments to snap a picture of your sons and daughters as they receive their diploma. And that's Varsity Studios. They'll be sending you, as we told you in the letter, some information if you want to secure a copy of that photo. Also, at the conclusion of the graduation ceremony this evening, we'll remain on stage with our board members, and if you would like to pose for some pictures, we'll be glad to do that, reenact the handing out of the diploma for you. That being said, let me direct your attention to the program this evening, particularly that area that has the names of the graduates in it. I want to highlight a few of our graduates here. You'll notice that some of our graduates have been identified with a plus sign next to their names. Those students, as it has indicated, have been recognized as Presidential Academic Award winners. Students that have a number sign by their name, I'm an old math teacher, that's the plus sign and the number sign, they are members of the Eastview High School National Honor Society, and they're also wearing silver honor cords this evening as a part of their regalia. Students with a dot by their name, they are our honor graduates. They are students whose grade point averages rank them in the top 10% of the class, and they're wearing silver tassels this evening. I see some of them are wearing a couple of tassels, which looks pretty cool. And they're also wearing some very special honor stoles that we have had designed for them. We've got 10 of our students seated right up front here who are wearing medallions this evening, and I would like to introduce them one by one to you. These are students, again, who are in the top 10 of the class of 1999. Number 10 in the class, he is the son of Angela and Stephen Galen. Would you please welcome Jason Galen. Jason, would you stand and be recognized? Number 9 in the class, son of Patricia and Richard Meyer, Jeffrey Meyer. Rank number 8 in the class, daughter of Nancy and John Tower, Abigail Tower. Number 7, daughter of Kimberly and Charles Bergen, Tara Bergen. Rank number 6 in the class, daughter of Virginia and Orville Wass, Jill Wass. Number 5, daughter of Nancy and Jean-Francois Paradise, Kimberly Paradise. Number 4 in the class, son of Cheryl and Patrick Lightshoe, Christopher Lightshoe. Number 3 in the class, daughter of Candy and Guy Albertus, Alana Albertus. Just a brief segue here. Mr. Nord was also talking about open houses at the beginning of his speech, and I've had the pleasure of attending a number of open houses this past week and these next few weeks, and I got to tell you, I attended a very special open house yesterday afternoon. I was the only person there. I was a month early at Alana's open house. I was sure it said June 10th. I was with the faculty this morning, and I had this picture in my mind. Can you imagine what was going through her mother's mind? When here it was the day before graduation, and the principal of the school is knocking on her door. I apologize if I frightened anybody at the Alberta's household. And I'll work real hard to get there on time on July 10th. Okay, that was a good segue here because we'd like to pay particular attention to our salutatorian and our valedictorian. Would you please welcome number 2 in the senior class, son of Julie and Richard Grunwald, our salutatorian, Brian Grunwald. And number 1 in the senior class, daughter of Evelyn and Dale Purdy, our class of 1999 valedictorian, Heather Purdy. A proud moment for each of our students. Boy, I've thought about this night for a long time, and most particularly in the past week or so, I've been running this 3.5-year video reel through my mind, all the things that have been happening with students and parents as we started to prepare for the opening of Eastview High School. I began to reflect in particular on when I first met some of our graduates here. They volunteered to be a part of something we called our Student Advisory Council. Some of you may remember getting together over at Falcon Ridge Middle School a number of times in the spring and the summer and the fall. That was about 3.5 years ago. I took some time to jot some names down of people I remember meeting during those many meetings. Alana Albertus, Andrea Arnold, Angie Bentz, Tara Bergen, Adam Barassa, Kevin Brill, Jamie Brist, Pat Bedine, Jeremiah Carlson, Elena Dunn, John Falkowski, Jason Galen, Rebecca Harrington, Angie Viting, Erica Johnson, Valerie Jukery, Carla Kern, Becky Chelson, Lisa Kopacik, Donna Kittle, Sarah Lund, Dan Lundeen, Megan McIntosh, Nicole Myrie, Emily Wren, Kendra Rick, Tony Rodin, Stacy Sandoval, Jennifer Snyder, Laura Stendal, Anna Valeri, Jan Vetter, Charlie Weiss, Becca Wodars. A number of people who have been involved in a lot of thinking and planning and laughing and wondering about this high school for a long, long time. I remember vividly every time we had a meeting, there was always this group of students who were in the front row. They were smiling, they were excited, they were always ready to make something positive happen, and they did make something positive happen. I also have this memory of this young man, this young 10th grader. He was always in the back row. He didn't say very much, but he was always there. He always had this look in his eye, always there, didn't say much. His name was Charlie Weiss. Go figure, Charlie Weiss, back row, not saying anything. Charlie has grown a great deal. Charlie has blossomed a great deal, as we all know and as we're reminded every Thursday morning at the flash credits. I wish I could say, Charlie, that I taught you a lot of that stuff, but on the contrary, the truth is, you have taught me an awful lot. You have given me a lot of gifts in the last 2 years, and you have given a lot of gifts to a lot of other people in the school. You're talented, you're a funny guy, everybody knows that, but the thing that I like best about Charlie is also the thing that I like best about the class of 1999, and that's your heart. This class has a wonderful heart. This class is a heart. You are the heart of Eastview High School. You have been pumping the lifeblood into our school even before we opened the doors. You look around, you guys are at the heart of what's been created here. You can be very proud of that. I remember meeting all of you in August of 1977, or 97, right in this gym. I don't think you were alive in 77. 1997, August, we packed this gym 2 nights in a row with about 2,500 people. We had 5,000 people in the gym here on those 2 evenings, and I had the pleasure of welcoming you, as you recall, into the Eastview High School family. You may also remember that I said to you that we're a family because we do things like care about one another, we help one another, we encourage one another, we respect one another's differences, we enjoy each other's successes, we find time to celebrate together. You may also remember that I encouraged you to take a part and be a part of your high school, to take a risk, to get involved, to test your limits, and to grow. And I got to stand before you tonight and tell you, in all sincerity, you did and you have. You did and you have. You have grown up, and you did make Eastview High School a better place because you cared, and because you brought heart to this place. And I thank you so very much for that. You guys have given us 2 years of unselfish, patient, courageous, enthusiastic, and I'll emphasize that enthusiastic leadership. Let me share one example of this with you. We had a few of our seniors who were studying for their final test on Mr. Wallstrom's front lawn a few days ago. It was earlier this week, as I recall. Let me read the names to you so I give them appropriate recognition. Ann Brown, Kelly Ryan, Abby Towers, Sarah Lund. Parents, were you wondering where your kids were that night by any chance? Lisa Kopacik, Kendra Rick, Alana Albertus, Angie Bentz, Jamie Briss, Stephanie Hansen, Bree Hughes, Becky Chelson, Tracy Gerber. They took a break from their finals study to compose what they called parting thoughts to the class, to the classes of 2000, 2001, and 2002. And these graduates gave me permission to read this composition to you this evening. And I'm going to read it exactly as it was written and exactly as it was shared by Ann Brown with our underclass persons. But interestingly enough, I want you to listen to the words very carefully, and I want you to listen to it from two perspectives. Now again, it was written from this class to the underclass persons. So it tells you a little bit about what I'm talking about when I'm talking about being the heart of the school and giving something to this school and leaving something with this school. But interestingly enough, as I read it, I kept thinking about, these are my thoughts about you guys. You said it so much better than I did, but this is what I think about you. This is what the staff thinks about you. So as you listen to these words, I want you to listen from both perspectives. The perspective of that which you have given to underclassmen and the perspective of our hopes for you as graduates. And I quote, "As the first graduating class of Eastview High School, we want to start a tradition that is both positive and influential. Some parting thoughts from your seniors. First of all, we'd like to thank each one of you for being a part of the best years of our lives. Many of you have been supporters and friends to us. For that, we greatly appreciate you. We believe the building we are all sitting in has become a foundation for us to build off of in each of our futures, and for each of your futures as well. But the choice is yours. You have the opportunity to make this school what you want it to be, to strive for excellence and settle for nothing less. We only ask that you try as hard as we did. Be open and understanding to all that you encounter. Each of our roads leads us to very many places. Our hope is that you all understand that your life goes where you lead it. Believe in yourselves, as you've believed in us. We've been your upperclassmen for the past 2 years, with hopes that we have been a positive example. The advantages and opportunities Eastview has to offer created pride beyond all belief. Please take that pride with you as you take your next few steps, and never forget what you've learned at Eastview: respect, community, friendships, education. These gifts will carry your journey throughout life. Let the lightning shine bright in each of your hearts, and know that you will be thought of often." Now you know what I mean. Know that you'll be thought of often, folks. You're really something special. It's time to move on. And that's a hard thing for me to say. It really is. But it is time. After tonight, each of you will be someplace else. But each of you has left a piece of yourselves here at Eastview High School. Thank you for that. And I truly hope that Each of you carries a piece of Eastview High School with you wherever you go. We think it's something special. Keep it with you. Whatever course your future takes, it's my sincere hope that you will look back on your years at Eastview High School as having prepared you to meet and deal with the challenges that life is going to present you. A wise man once made a statement that I think does a very good job of explaining what we've been trying to do here at Eastview, of explaining what we're about. And here's the quote. When we approach students, they inspire us in two sentiments: tenderness for who they are, and respect for who they will become. On behalf of myself and the entire staff at Eastview High School, I wish each of you happiness of a productive life, the respect of your fellow human beings, and the love of your family. May the future be yours. Here comes that phrase. Would the class of 1999 please rise? Mr. Sampers, on behalf of the faculties and administrations of all District 196 schools that these young men and women have attended, I offer this class to you. I certify that each individual about to receive a diploma tonight has met or exceeded all the requirements for graduation, and I recommend that they be granted diplomas.
Thank you, Mr. Dewey. As I look out at the Eastview class of 1999, you've really done a wonderful job of setting a tradition for all those classes that will follow you here at Eastview, and you should be very proud of yourselves. Just imagine it's now time for life after high school. And as Kelly so eloquently said in her remarks, it's kind of exciting, but it's also a little scary. It's at points like this in your life where you need to take a moment and just kind of step back and look back in your past. And if you do that, you'll see a lot of people, some of which are in this gymnasium today, that have a large influence on your life. And if I give you one challenge tonight, it's that over these next few days, they'll be real quick. Today goes by fast, the open houses go by very fast, and at some point during that time, I'd challenge you to take just a quiet moment, kind of step back and look around at all those people around you that have been your support and your love as you've grown up for your first 18, 19 years of life. And realize that you have a great foundation now, and now it's time to move on and continue building and really live out your dreams. Now, on behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to offer our congratulations and wish you the best of luck. And at this time, with the class of 1999, please come forward to accept your diplomas.
Brian David Grunwald.
Andrea Lynn Arnold.
Alana Faye Albertus.
Natalie Ruth Ballinger.
Christopher Norbert Leitschuh.
Jennifer Lynn Brand.
Kimberly Marie Paradise.
Anne Louise Brown.
Jill Michelle Wass.
John Kenneth Carter.
Tara Bethany Bergen.
Ian Joseph Michael Christensen.
Abigail Therese Tower.
Adam Richard Denal.
Jeffrey Aaron Meyer.
Colin Edward Ettram.
Jason Andrew Galen.
Christine Louise Fish.
Eric Paul Anderson.
Tracy Ann Gerber.
Sally Ann Andrews.
Rebecca Ann Harrington.
Lee Allen Andrzejewski.
Stephanie Ann Heitzman.
Stacy Lene Anton.
Brianna Emily Hughes.
Jacob Dodd Ashworth.
Jeffrey Allen Jackson.
Jeffrey Joseph Baker.
Brian Chris Jensen.
Andrew Joseph Barna Jr.
Jessica May Clean.
Kevin Richard Barnd.
Ashley Kate Larson.
Terrence Christopher Barch.
Amanda Jo McDermott.
Carrie Renee Bays.
Jessica Carmen Peterson.
Stacy Michelle Beckman.
Ann Christina Pickens.
Julie Ann Bennett.
Carmen Leonor Quevedo.
Matthew John Bielick.
Kendra Mari Rick.
Sarah Marie Beeson.
Kelly Christine Ryan.
Kyle Michael Block.
Stacy D. Sandoval.
Rachel Sarah Borg.
Benjamin Andrew Stewart.
Adam Richard Barassa.
Benjamin Stanley Stump.
Nicholas Adam Bredemus.
Andrea Irene Sunwell.
Andrew Mark Brecken.
Robin Mi Rung Svensson.
Kevin John Brill.
Stephanie K. Testa.
Jamie Nicole Brist.
Joshua Stephen Underwood.
Robert Cutler Bryant Jr.
Jan Steven Vetter.
Patrick John Budayan.
Thomas James Vogel.
Shane Patrick Bundy.
Jamie Ping Fong Wu.
Brandon Michael Bunny.
Erin Marie Cassida.
Tara Marie Burrell.
Charles Chasney IV.
Elizabeth A. Burrows.
Samuel Joseph Cerisi.
Brian Lee Calderwood.
Jeremy David Clemens.
Nicholas George Capitina.
Casey Kevin Clough.
Brian Michael Carlson.
Douglas Michael Comerford.
Jeremiah James Carlson.
Carlea Ann Connors.
Anthony Michael Karen.
David John Cook.
Sean Michael Deloya.
Alexia Christina Cruzen.
Amanda Kirsten Dahl.
Sean M. Eastling.
Elizabeth Ruth Daly.
Jennifer Ray Easton.
Michael Lee Daly.
Nicole Therese Edel.
Christopher John Davies.
Heather Marie Ehrlich.
Crystal Lee DeGroat.
Elizabeth Ann Engstrom.
Tiana Marie Delahaye.
Jeffrey Harvey Erickson.
Robert William Deisel II.
Peter Michael Eyre.
Elena Danielle Dunn.
Jonathan Joseph Falkowski.
Jason Lee Dvorak.
Aaron Scott Farley.
Anne Marie Flanagan.
Emily Jane Philippus.
David Marlon Fleming.
Lorenza Serena Jambali.
Eric Ryan Fox.
Jesse Daniel Gillison.
Jason Reese Frank.
Michael John Gergen.
Marie Christine Fredrickson.
Marcus Earl Graham.
Lawrence Wade Freeman.
Paul Mark Grandy.
John Joseph Fryer.
Emily Susan Green.
Heather Lynn Garrett.
Sarah Christine Green.
Matthew Martin Gearman.
Alan Eric Gernander.
Catherine Ann Gersh.
Dina Anjali Grochan.
Joshua Paul Geither.
Betsy Christine Grun.
Angela I. Gust.
Trevor Michael Haug.
Andrew Christopher Haga.
Michael Joseph Hassauer.
Jesse Dale Halverson.
Devin John Hagerty.
Julia Louise Hanlon.
Michael King Heiss.
Stephanie Elaine Hansen.
Catherine Deborah Heiting.
Sarah Nicole Hardin.
Jennifer Sue Helgerson.
Joshua Joel Hartwell.
Bo Taylor Hellam.
Kirsten Elizabeth Hartzler.
Jessica Lane Henderson.
Jonathan Timothy Hassenfritz.
Diane Louise Hines.
Brandon Jeremy Hostetter.
Aaron Allen Holm.
Pamela Marie Humple.
Jason Robert Holt.
Michael James Hurlbert.
Michael William Johnson.
Jennifer Angela Huss.
Brandon Lee Jones.
Angela K. Viting.
Valerie Lynn Jacurry.
Jesse Gregory Gerald.
Heather Marie Kaufman.
Erica Ann Jessen.
Beth Marie Catterlick.
Bryce Anthony Johnson.
Daniel Andrew Kane.
Erica Joe Johnson.
Justin Bradford Kane.
Charles Kurt Wise.
Nathan Thomas Carrick.
Ryan Michael Kapser.
Christina Lynn Karsten.
Brendan Colin Kelly.
Amy Marie Cassett.
Carla Jean Kern.
Angela Marie Bentz.
Rebecca Irene Cheldson.
Molly Elizabeth Koenig.
Meredith Helen Klisch.
Lisa Marie Kopacek.
Matthew Maynard Clock.
Aaron William Koskela.
Michelle Marie Knapp.
Donna Carol Kettle.
Glenda Eleanor Lee.
Justin James Coomer.
Michael David Lee.
Jacob Keith LaCroix.
Michelle Catherine Lieferman.
Melanie Marie Lemire.
Slava Zoroslav Liederman.
Heather Marie Larson.
Danielle Claire Lloyd.
Vang Lee.
Peter Thomas Lloyd.
Deisha Delane Martin.
Sarah Beth Lund.
Callie Ruth Martin.
Daniel Bruin Lundeen.
Michelle Elizabeth Matthews.
Carrie Lee McIntoon.
Tiffany Cheryl Mathry.
Amy Elizabeth Madura.
John Carl Mathai.
Stephanie Carol Michaels.
Daniel Edwin McCarty.
Jody Joy Miley.
Molly Marie McCormick.
Lindsay Renee Miller.
Matthew Aaron McDonald.
Jared James Montoya.
Megan Eileen McIntosh.
Kelly Joe Moore.
Amy Janine Michael.
Kelly Aaron Morill.
Paul Joseph Nelson.
Travis Glenn Morse.
Tyler Craig Nelson.
Matthew Richard Munson.
Stacy Lynn Nelvin.
Nicole Harleen Myrie.
Anthony James Noon.
Paul William Olson.
Jonathan Alfred Novak.
William Harrison Owens.
Kendall Michelle O'Connor.
Shin Wan Park.
Connor William O'Keefe.
Guy Norman Parsons.
Leslie Ann O'Regan.
Molly Martha Peterson.
Daniel Arthur Olson.
Maxwell Earl Peak.
Kimberly Catherine Olson.
Carrie Ann M. Perna.
Michael Gary Olson.
Daniel Richard Pervenanzi.
Zachary Thomas Pfeiffer.
Anthony Michael Peterson.
Justin Jeffrey Pletcher.
Peter Anthony Petrullo.
Kyle Roy Raff.
Travis Allen Rose.
Jamie Marie Rasmussen.
Austin Lee Raudebush.
Emily Catherine Wren.
Robert Jeffrey Ruckdaschel.
Nemi Ali Ramati.
Christopher Allen Russell.
Rochelle Marie Robertson.
Alyssa Ann Ryan.
Anthony John Rodine.
Elizabeth Ann Ryan.
Thomas Paul Rodman.
Kimberly Marie Rizutko.
Michael Ryan Rooney.
Amanda Marie Sackwitz.
Cassandra Marie Schimmel.
Robin Ahi Samuels.
Matthew Ronald Schlink.
Jessica Lynn Savageau.
Brian Thomas Schroeder.
Julie Ann Schultz.
Michael John Schrader.
Ryan Sherwood Smith.
Manuel Andre Schwarzbottle.
Jennifer Ann Snyder.
Jennifer Kristen Scott.
John Patrick Sorensen.
Isaac John Schaefer.
Brian Michael Spearman.
Jessica Marie Shimmick.
Nicole Marie Stahoviak.
Suksavan Siarath.
Philip Darrell Stanley.
Bjorn Petter Simpson.
Brian Allen Steele.
Jennifer Marie Smith.
Jennifer Marlene Stenbaum.
Matthew Jonah Stender.
Laura Christine Stendal.
Shane Logan Stenland.
Rhiannon Myrtle Tipler.
Carlos DeAndre Stewart.
Matthew Alexander Kachuk.
Brian Thomas Streeter.
Michelle Pauline Torini.
Jeremy Lee Stuber.
Tim Nguyen Tran.
Sean David Swedeen.
Emily Sue Tremaine.
Stacy Ann Tamble.
Rachel Leah Waldera.
Sarah Marie Tepfer.
Sean Logan Wandersea.
Joseph Anthony Thyssen.
Joseph John Ward.
Ryan Lynn Tebow.
Neil Jeffrey Wordenen.
Jason Ross Throne.
Aaron Joseph Westbrook.
Elaine Christina Timchuk.
Melissa Jean Wilking.
Anna Marie Valeri. Troy Lee Vale. Heidi Marie Vogel. Troy Allen Walksmith. John Ryan Wagner. Nathan Jeremy Waite. Lindsay Elizabeth Williams. Michael Thomas Williams. Rebecca Marie Wodars. Heidi Lynn Worrell. Rosie Angel Siage. Nicholas Brian Youngberg.
Matthew Robert Stewart.
Heather Diane Purdy.
A special congratulations to all of you. Thank you.